Hello there. And for the third time, hopefully the charm time, we're doing this live stream. What is up, everybody? If you're watching this video live, if you're watching it on the replay, brand new Star Wars leaks. Apparently, leaks so crazy that J.J. Abrams keeps shutting down my live stream. Come on, J.J. You're killing me, dog. But in either case, in all honesty, guys, these leaks, I think they're real. I like I said, it's the third time I'm repeating myself here. But I'm telling you, these leaks are probably real. And just take the fact that Disney keeps shutting down the stream as a fact that it is real. In all seriousness, guys, spoiler warning, please. If you don't want spoiled for Star Wars Episode 9, get on out of here. Get on out of here. It's not a big deal. Yeah, but like I said, the more and more I'm hearing about these leaks, the more and more I think that they are real. These are real leaks. So I'm not even going to go into specifics anymore because at this point it's like, geez, how fast are we going to get shut down? Okay, so check this out. So essentially here, what's happening at this point in the leaks is that Kylo is able to initiate the Force bonds with Rey. Somehow he's able to just do this. He just initiates the Force bonds with her. He keeps using this tactic to figure out where she is at, and then because he knows where she is at, he finds the resistance and all that. Okay, so at this point in the film, they are trying to figure out what's going on with Kylo's Wayfinder devices. Basically, what happens here is Rey and Kylo end up, or Kylo initiates the Force bond, sees that she's on Kijimi. He comes to the planet, and with all of the Star Destroyers and stuff, he's trying to find her, get her, and all this stuff, right? Now, while he is coming down the planet, they take a ship up into the Star Destroyer of the First Order, okay? They have a device that allows them to be read as though they are part of the First Order. They get on the ship, easy peasy, okay? When they get onto the ship, they realize that Chewbacca is alive. Holy cow, Chewie's alive. Now, if you don't know what the heck I'm talking about, in the last leak, it was proposed that Rey actually accidentally lets out some Force lightning because she's all angry, destroys the ship. We all think that Chewbacca is aboard that ship. So the whole theater's going to be like, oh my God, Chewie, no, you know? But it's revealed when they get up to the Star Destroyer later on in the second act, Chewie's still alive. Okay, Chewie's still alive. They're like, okay, cool. They go after Chewie. They devise a plan. But Rey feels drawn to this Sith dagger. Okay, she is drawn to the Sith dagger. Now, when she goes over to the Sith dagger, meanwhile, Kylo Ren is on the planet's surface. He cannot find her. He's all like, yo, where's Rey? Yo, she said she was going to be here. She's not here. Where's she at? And then he initiates the Force bond, as you would. You would call and just be like, hey, where are you at? And when he initiates the Force bond, he realizes that she is literally in his quarters on the Death Star. And he's like, oh, hell no. So then they initiate a fight, and they're somehow able to saber fight. They're like saber fighting, although they are technically in different locations. They're having an actual physical saber fight with each other, okay? And apparently it is during this crazy saber fight that Kylo starts kind of toying with her, telling her that there's more to the story about her parents, and indeed reveals that she is the granddaughter of Emperor Palpatine, and that they are supposed to rule together. That they are supposed to rule together. Okay. Now, at this point, what happens is he cuts off the Force bond. The heroes escape, but it looks like they're about to get screwed, right? Like Kylo and everybody's coming back and has figured out that they are on the Star Destroyer. It is at this point that it is revealed that General Hux is actually the First Order mole. Now, this is something we had heard for a long, long time. Like one of the very first plot leaks of all of this movie, way back in the day, said that Hux was going to be a mole. It appears that that's true. He not only saves them, but points them into the direction of the Falcon. And so at this point in the film, our heroes narrowly escape. They get on the Falcon and they're out. Okay? Now, later on in the movie, and this is the real stuff that I wanted to talk about in this leak, okay? What ends up happening is Rey discovers that the Wayfinder device, via the dagger and via what they're looking for, that the Wayfinder device, or that the Emperor's Wayfinder device, rather, is on the remains of the second Death Star. So these are the scenes we've seen in the trailer. They go there. Rey goes there. She goes down there to find the Wayfinder device. When she touches the Wayfinder device, she has another Force vision kind of thing, right? This is where the D23 Dark Rey image comes from. It is indeed a vision, which likely means that the person that wrote that article, I think her name was Christine or something like that, that wrote that article right after the D23 thing that left in that line saying the vision of Rey, yeah, she screwed up. She gave it away. And I know everybody back then was like, oh, you're reading way too far into that. No. No, I wasn't. She spoiled it. So it is indeed a vision that Rey has. Apparently, Palpatine's voice is heard during this vision. Rey is taken aback. Oh, no. And is taken aback. And in that moment, then Kylo enters or is there waiting for her. It's kind of, I'm not sure how to read it out of the leak. But Kylo is there. He destroys the Wayfinder device and is basically like, you'll never find what you're looking for unless you find Vader's Wayfinder device, which I have. They initiate a fight, and I believe it is here during this fight that essentially Kylo is telling her about how they have to rule together, and that they are a part of the dyad or something like that. Let me just double check here. This time she's a child. Oh yeah, there's some really interesting stuff with the Jaina character as well. Like I said, I don't like to read all of these leaks or even talk about every little detail of the leak when I'm going through it, but it's like there's a lot of good stuff in there. But the Kylo Ren Rey Palpatine stuff is really what interests me. So yeah, at this point, they're fighting. They're very evenly matched, and yes, Kylo is basically telling her that she's going to rule with him, that they're meant to rule together. She's clearly the granddaughter of Palpatine. He's the grandson of Vader. It just makes sense. It's match made in heaven, yada, yada, yada. Now, what happens is as they are fighting, and apparently they are very evenly matched, Leia starts to fade, and Leia actually dies. And when she dies, both Rey and Kylo feel it. Like they feel it through the Force. You know how Obi-Wan felt all the people of Endor die? Yoda felt all the Jedi start to die at Order 66. They both feel it through the Force. And Kylo is way more affected by it than Rey. Like Kylo is shooken up. And it's kind of cool because we know he really likes his mom, from what we saw before. So Kylo's really shaken up. And Rey takes that opportunity when he is distracted, and Rey stabs him through the chest. Okay? She stabs him through the chest and says something like, I'll never turn to the dark side. Now, she heals him. Apparently, she heals him, but still, just kind of leaves him there, and he's, defeated. She takes his ship and flies away. Now, in this leak, what JediPaxis is saying is that she's taking the ship to go meet up with the rest of the Resistance. And what the Paxis leak ends on is that Kylo Ren is there, broken and defeated by Rey, and he actually gets a vision of his father. So his father actually comes. So we heard this before. There would be a scene with Han Solo, that Harrison Ford is in this movie, and that there would be a scene with Han Solo and Ben Solo. Apparently, this scene is some kind of a catalyst to get Ben to discard the identity of Kylo Ren and come back to the light side. So he discards his red lightsaber and walks away as Ben Solo from this thing. This is something that Jason Ward had talked about, too, prior. So there's a lot of weird stuff going on with this scene, and there's obviously so much context that is missing from all of the plot leaks that we had heard about when this happens, okay? So there's a couple of different things that aren't making a whole bunch of sense to me. Number one, if Kylo comes there and he's messing with Rey, we had heard that from a different leak that after this scene, Rey does something so bad and she's so shaken up and she goes to the dark side in kind of a way that she leaves and goes to Octu with Kylo's ship, destroys Kylo's ship, and is like, I'm done with this. I'm done with this, and I'm done with the Force. I'm done with the Jedi. I'm done with it all, right? So she has an Octu Luke moment on Octu, and apparently Luke Skywalker shows up as a Force ghost and has a really cool conversation with her, gets her to realize she must face Sidious as Luke faced Vader. It's got to happen, okay? So this is kind of confusing because the way that Paxis is painting this scene in his leak right now is almost suggesting that Rey is triumphant in this scene with Kylo and walks away being like the victor. But the truth is, I think the reality here is we're missing so much of the context here, and that they both lose. They both lose this battle. Like, Kylo literally loses because he's so devastated by the death of his mom that he gets distracted, and Rey runs him through, but then she brings him back to the life. But the way this is going to go down is that Rey is going to be unleashing the dark side in this scene, and Rey has been turning to the dark side, or at least manifesting a lot of dark side stuff for the first part of this movie. Okay, so the Force lightning thing, the fact that she's just emotionally getting really wrecked by all this stuff. Like Kylo's really getting in her head, and all this stuff about Sidious being her grandfather and stuff like that. Like it's really, really messing with her. And so by the time she gets to Endor and has this interaction with Kylo Ren, I think she's like pretty much broken. And I think that, like, for instance, I think maybe the idea of her seeing this is what I hope it is, that the idea of her seeing an opportunity, and while she is affected by Leia dying, she sees an opportunity to strike down Kylo, and she sees Ben hurt by the fact that he's lost his mom, and the dark side, the Sidious inside her, the Big Daddy Palps in her, is like, hey, this boy's crying about his mama. Now's the time. Strike now. You know what I mean? And she strikes and she kills him. Well, doesn't kill him because she brings him back. But apparently, in that moment, what I'm saying is she's gone. She goes there. She goes there, dark side, and she's devastated by the fact that she struck down Ben when he was the most Ben he had ever been. He was in that moment pretty much wrecked about his mom. So Rey loses. She walks away from that battle, I believe, a loser and defeated. And she goes to Ahch-To to throw away her lightsaber and to not want to continue on the path that she has been on. Meanwhile, Kylo literally loses. Like, he literally lost, got stabbed, gets literally healed and like sort of brought back by Rey. And in that moment, what I think is going to be really, really wild is that Kylo is going to be sitting there devastated. He just lost his mom, and then he gets a scene with his dad. But there's got to be more to that scene. Like, there's got to be more to that scene. I think it could be his dad and his mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it could be like a combo of both. Or there, first of all, there has to be an explanation. Like, how the hell is Han Solo even there? Like, they need to explain that. You know, maybe Leia manifests him. Maybe Luke manifests him. You know what I mean? Like, I'm leaning towards it being Luke. But yeah, that maybe that's what's going on. But yeah, really weird stuff here, guys. So essentially, the big thing that happens here is that yes, Rey is going to be indeed the granddaughter of Palpatine. Kylo is going to buy into the Emperor's plan that they need to rule together because they are parts of the dyad. He's going to be messing with her, and they have this battle, and this battle that we've been seeing, this epic battle, which might even have the flash fights as well, is going to be the thing that breaks them both. It breaks Rey, and she goes away broken, and it breaks Kylo Ren. He walks away from that battle now as Ben Solo once again. Okay? So that is pretty much the new leaks, guys, and I'm going to get out of here because this is the third time I've done this live stream, and the whole idea with doing this live stream was I'm so freaking busy that I didn't have time to actually do a video, and yet because YouTube kept shutting us down, I had to do this live stream 3 different times and wasted a bunch of my time. So I'm going to get on out of here. Let me know if you're watching this on the replay. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section below. If you're watching this live, thank you guys for hanging out. That's it's been kind of real, but very frustrating at the same time. Okay, I'm going to get out of here. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.